Okay, I see what you're doing here. I love it. The veins in the kitchen, the updated granite countertops. Oh, actually, this is quartz. Definitely gonna have to address this paint. Want to redo this. Got to see what I want to do with this area. I see some weather stripping as well. We got a lot to do. Let's go ahead and sit down and break this thing down for us, okay? Most people think that selling a home is just taking pretty pictures, throwing it online, and then boom, you're done. But the truth is so much deeper than that, right? To sell a home, especially in this type of market, there's so much pre-planning and preparation that has to go into selling the home, which we're gonna get into in this video. In regards to this home that we're sitting in here, we're talking about the strategy, the repairs that were made, the conversations, the comps that were ran to make sure that we had it priced properly and ultimately getting it under contract in less than 21 days and how that all fell apart, okay? Ultimately, guys, the sellers who truly prosper are the ones who do the repairs up front, have the pre-listing inspections, guys, stage their homes, have the consultations, price it properly. They're the ones who not only put the most money in their pocket when they sell the home, but sell it in the timeline that they're looking for, okay, guys? And what I want you to understand too is check the description below. I have my free seller guide. It's gonna go through things that you should consider fixing, the type of strategy you should implement when you're selling your home, and the timeline you can expect to sell based on what you're looking to do. Now, before we listed this home, the conversation with the sellers was an interesting one in the sense that people really don't realize how much that goes into selling their home. So how it started was after the attorney gave me everybody's numbers, I reached out to the husband. The wife had already moved out of the home and let him know, hey, I need to see it, okay? So as I came through the property, just like you guys saw, we're walking through it. We're looking at the condition, what it's going to take to sell the home, the repairs that is going to be needed, because it's not that I just want my people to spend money, but when you're going to sell your home, it's no longer your home. I want you guys to internalize that. It's no longer your home. It's the buyer's home. So we have to make sure it's going to appear to the end buyer as they want to see it. So that was a lot of the discussion that we had. So after me and the husband did the walkthrough, I had some preliminary suggestions. One, pre-listing inspection, where our inspector, shout out to Cosmos Inspection, his contact is going to be in the description below if you ever need any inspection needs, okay? For him to come and take a look at the property, guys, because you guys have lived in your home for a long time and don't realize what is going on with the home. So I suggested that in addition to staging. Staged homes sell not only faster, but for more money. And the main reason why is the buying process is an emotional process, right? And what staging does is it gives people a way to picture them and their family in the home. It gives them that warm and fuzzy, sees where they can put their different furniture, and believe it or not, is so transformational for the sale of your home, okay? And there were a few repairs that I personally saw with my personal eye that I suggested. Now, the staging wasn't something that they were in a position to do, both parties, right? Staging for this size home was gonna be about $2,200 to $2,500, right? And there's two ways that you can do the staging. You can pay up front, or you can defer it at closing where it'll be taken out of your proceeds. They elected to not go that route, which is fine. They did agree to do the pre-listing inspection with Danny, which I'm so grateful that they did do, because a number of things came up that we had to address. One of the things was the water heater, okay? If you guys did not know, the water heater really impacts if the buyer can get insurance, and you want to fix those things up front. So we did take care of the water heater. There are a few little touch-ups around the home as well that I suggested to them that they also fix. So all in, what that looked like to the seller was, it was about $2,000 $1,000 in total that they did have to come out of pocket up front before even putting their home on their market. And that's some things that I want you guys watching to consider. When you're selling your house, sometimes you're gonna have to come out of pocket to get it market ready. Now, I'm not gonna have you just spend out the wazoo, okay? We're gonna spend that makes sense so we can maximize the sale of your home. So once we got that down packed, discussing it with both parties agreed, we took care of that. Now we got into the pricing portion of it. And this is something that us realtors have to truly speak freely, because some people have an idea of the price of the home. However, the buyers, which are the comparables, tell a different story. So how comparables work, you're looking at similar bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, and time that the home sold, less than 6 months. In addition to, subject property needs to be less than half a mile. So with this particular property, there were two prominent comparable properties. One sold for about $380, the other one sold for $400,000. Now, the home that sold for $400,000 had all the bells and whistles: new roof, new AC, kitchen, floors, interior paint, you name it, bathrooms, all done. So when we're having a conversation with the seller, I'm saying, hey, do you want to do those things to get that price? No is the ultimate answer. Okay. So what we did was we picked out, once again, like the water heater, some of the touch-ups that would get us close to that property, because the strategy that we're looking for is to create that bidding war. So the price that we landed on was $384,990. His property, much better condition than the home that sold for $380. The market where we're at in Kissimmee, it being where they're at, average days on market was like 70 days. So we wanted to have a very attractive price to bring in more people. And the more people that come in, they start to look around, start putting in offers, and now we're able to create a bidding war to then ask for highest and best and get to as close as that 400 as possible. So that was a strategy that we came up with. Definitely agreed. You know, of course, we don't want to take 2,000 out of our pocket, but the return on investment, I'm putting that 2,000 in, would get us as close to the highest sold comp in the area. Super fun having those discussions, but you know, it's an opportunity that we have to speak freely, and sometimes has a little bit of friction if you have an idea of the price of your mind already. So then once we take care of all that with the seller, then it's all on me. I'm paying for the photographer to come out, the videographer to come out, to take the pictures of the home and have it appear online as best as possible, because about 67% of homes are sold like this before your end buyer even sees it. So we have to come up perfectly. I go up a little step further and I also pay for Facebook ads. So the people who are looking in this area on Zillow or Realtor, your home pops up in front of them as well. So I have skin in the game, right? If I don't sell the home, guess what? Not only don't I get paid, but I lose money. I take it very serious when I'm listing my people's homes. In addition to that, what I also do is I take a look, a mile radius of all the people who have sold and bought in the area, reach out to them, let them know, hey, we have a new home coming on the market. Maybe friend, family is looking to move into the area. Come on out, check it out. And then we have a little bit of bells and whistles that I also do that we're not gonna get into in this video. You guys are just gonna have to stay tuned. So like I said, average days on market here in this area is 70 days. In less than 21 days, we had multiple offers, one which got accepted at that $400,000 mark, people. So you can imagine everybody was ecstatic. Okay, super happy because once again, we outperformed what our home was. However, real estated. And some things happened to that $400,000 offer that we'll discuss in our part 4 video. Now, if you want to make sure that you're not spending any unnecessary money selling your home, check out the description below where I have that free seller guide that's going to break down the entire selling process, give you guys an idea of what it's going to take to sell your home so you feel prepared for when you reach out to your boy to get this done, okay? And stay tuned. Next episode, you're going to see all the glitz and the glam in regard to this home, its features, location, why people love where they live in this neighborhood, and some interesting things and fun facts that you may not have known. See you then.